that role, apart from perhaps from Flamey.
And
now he's in position. Looks like Olafmeister will join the effort there from CT Spawn. They're trying to burst through here, but Renegades, they're ready.
Guardian is still alive on the site, and there he is taking down NAVI. That's going to leave JKS and Nifty alone, but the bomb is continuing to tick, and there's no one on it just yet. Karrigan's got a kit, but can he get on the defuse? They are exposed, and the headshots are raining in for Renegades, and there is the pistol round. A great start from the T side.
Yeah, I really enjoy.
But Karrigan's going to bring it straight back.
Y ahora jugará. Es que vaya grupo, tío. Está jugando NAVI ahora.
G2 Esports, and we're going to talk about them. I know you know these guys very well, obviously the French connection between you. So
Jorge. Stopper, Shoxy, one of the best riflers, one of the best clutchers.
He's juega League, va a jugar ahora G2 NAVI.
Actually wants to do it this time, and you can really see he's coming into his own, along with the likes of Apex, who's just entry fragging left and right and popping heads.
O sea, partidazo, G2 NAVI, tío.
He's hitting a crazy level right now.
Me cago en todo.
Really, I think the key here isn't so much like the team, etc. It's that they actually had that break. Because they had the disaster of the major, went out groups again. Unforgivable when you're considering the talent that's on the team.
Justo cuando le he dado, me he puesto en YouTube a mirar y me ponía Elite en directo. Y lo he visto.
Didn't happen, but then they had that long month break. And you can really tell that has revitalized the team. It's given them space to think about, like, how do they actually want to play together as a unit. They've completely rethought their game, and you can tell the difference. They come back in and they win, you know, a massive international tournament.
And I think what's interesting is they did sort of give a lot of props to Smiths, who's been brought in as a coach, you know, a much maligned player at the later stages of his career. And, you know, I think it's fair. I think it was clear he couldn't hang at that level anymore. But obviously a very experienced guy, was in the very games team that dominated and in early Counter-Strike. And certainly at the back end of Counter-Strike Source, and they said, hey, it's because of him, you know, he's put all this work in.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Let's do this. Are you ready to win?
Yeah.
Move it.
Boys. Let's not be toxic, let's be a team. The dream team, teamwork, everything. We're in this together. Let's fight this together and win this together. Boys, let's go. Let's go CT. Oh, I am royalty, not a CT.
I could not worry.
Can I go?
¿Qué?
Yes.
Yo he visto en YouTube y tenía como 8.000 views.
Let's go.
Move it.
I'll be A for info, okay?
I'll go to connector. Can you go ahead and purple? Yeah, thank you. You can rotate.
Sure. Nothing A.
Deploying decoy. Canopy. Throwing smoke.
Multiple here, side B.
Connector.
Water now, water.
Oh, don't come with me battles, though.
¿Dónde quieres que me ponga?
Just for the next round.
Gilipollas.
Go. Decoy out.
Something towards me.
Deploying flashbang.
Hold on, flash, monster. Flash monster. Good shot.
Throwing flashbang.
Blue go short connector.
A lot of it. Grenade.
Un connector. Luego un connector.
One from the short.
Okay.
Bomb has been planted.
One track.
Terrorists win. Move it!
Let's push missile packet.
Negative.
Kind of flat.
Throwing flashbang.
Don't go.
Let's hold all angles to the connector, boys. Let's hold all angles. Don't push out, don't push out. Let's get it
One left.
Bomb has been planted.
Nice try, my friend. Let's hold and let's render.
I go along this one.
Roger that.
Where? Oh, I'll go below.
Lost! Flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Flashing A out.
Oh,
Smoke.
yeah, 2B.
In B.
Okay, I wait for the retake. Joder, adelante. What?
Bomb has been planted.
Okay, bye.
Terrorists win.
This is not going good, my friend.
No.
We got this. Deploying flashbang.
It's short one. Two guys.
One long way. Still one below.
Terrorists win. Let's go!
La verdad que mucho decir, pero luego el primero que está a punto de decir, ya gritar algo un niño rata, ¿qué haces aquí? No sé qué, ya, después.
Flashbang.
Pero bueno.
Incendiary. Throwing flashbang. Throwing a grenade.
Be orange.
Smoke.
Same.
Wait.
Throwing flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Long there.
Nobody B.
Short one, bomb.
Two. C2, wait. Another one, short.
Time B.
Grenade out.
B mod.
Oh, one more.
Terrorists win.
I go play this one.
Let's go. Flashbang. Laying down smoke. Throwing flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Green, what the fuck?
Are they?
I'd say it's GG, man. You guys.
Flashbang. Fire in the hole. Throwing flashbang.
Hey, back one.
That. One's all us.
Throwing smoke. I'm defusing the bomb.
Long.
Counter-terrorists win.
Away from me.
Nos.
I could not go do until one.
Smoke. Laying down smoke.
Yeah,
Throwing smoke.
They can't be on their side. Rotate some.
Deploying flashbang. Granate. Grenade.
where is right?
Tall as I think.
You think it's dope? Yeah, I can hear someone too.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's
Devastating.
Bomb has been planted.
Can I? Please? Please, for middle.
Don't think we can talk. Maybe not have microphone.
Yellow.
No. Flashbang. Smoke. Laying down smoke. Deploying flashbang. Laying down smoke. Throwing flashbang. Incendiary out.
Hey, short. Say short.
Fire in the hole.
Dual connector.
Come on!
Flashbang.
You are blocking me. Don't talk.
Shut the fuck up, you idiot!
Throwing flashbang.
Smoke B.
Counter-terrorists win.
Drop to deck.
Why would he go to B? The bomb was on A.
Drop info, please.
Go, go, go!
Oh, this A1 man.
Throwing fire.
Something big.
Throwing a grenade. Deploying flashbang.
Short, two.
Canapé.
Down.
Throwing smoke. Flashbang.
Three short. Can we rotate? I'd like to play B now.
No.
Terrorists win.
Just maybe stop complaining and just shoot some headshots, man. Come on.
Go, go, go! Smoke. Flashbang. Terrorists win.
Pues en el pues ya. Todavía estoy jugando más. La verdad no sé, supongo que se verá en directo. Ya llevo un día.
Throwing smoke.
De esta mañana he comprado.
They're boosting. Boost. Not sandbag.
Throwing flash.
Yeah, sure.
Bomb has been planted.
Both A.
Roger.
Man, you are not very good.
Move it! Move it!
Very good. Very good. Check my stats. I am very good player.
God, player.
I am very good.
Laying down smoke. Terrorists win.
Primera partida que me salgo, o sea. Si salen dos, si salen. Creo que la NAVI, sí.
For C's to get back to that individual level, you know, how long is it going to be for Flamey to come back to some kind of form? How long is it going to be for Zeus to really, you know, change anything that he might have wanted to in this team?
Yeah, that's a big question, and I suppose an unresolved one at this point in time. We're not exactly sure how that's going to work out.
Yo, estoy viendo NAVI.
I still feel like there's. I mean, I actually what's a bit weird about this whole sort of CIS Counter-Strike situation is just how much sort of talent that's starting to pop up now. Like you could remake a CIS super team now in a way that you couldn't 2 years ago. You know.
Listen, someone's going to get electronic at one point. They're gonna save him and get him on a lineup that's gonna actually compete, and they're gonna show us a lot of electronic at a lot of different tournaments instead of just the 2 to 3 we might see him at throughout the year. And that's when things get bonkers in CIS, because that electronic guy is absolutely insane.
Right, but so you electronics out there. There's someone like Simple. You have Adren, who's obviously playing on Gambit. Hobbit is out there too. We just saw Fitch playing it here.
Yeah,
so if you just imagine you had sort of a phase level economy where you just put together any team you want, and I don't know. I mean,
it's all about scouting though, isn't it? Because like no one knew anything, no one expected Fitch to play the way that he did at Malmo. That was absolutely insane. So it's all about finding those guys in that scene for sure.
I mean, they're out there. We've been seeing them. Sort of popping up left and right. I think Denmark sort of had the first wave of talent come out, then it's been following ever since. We've seen less out of some regions, but the CIS region is catching on pretty well.
Yes, about time. We know there's a lot of good stuff over there, but actually we are getting word that it is about to go live, just everyone getting back into the server, everyone getting the economy, the medic figured out, and then we will get back into the game because these shots there starting to marshal the troops before we go live. Simple on your screen, big name player. I mean, he's even got a question. You make the joke about New Simple, but is he going to be able to work within a team of the structure that Zeus provides? Because that's probably the most structure he's had since Blade on Flipside, which was what, 2014 that ended, I want to say.
Yeah, and I think we had some interviews with Blade from then where, Blade would say, sometimes I tell them what to do and they don't do it anyway. So I feel like that might not work out with Zeus. I feel like he's not going to let that one go. So, yeah.
No, but I think Simple will be happy with that from everything we've seen and everything we've seen of him in interviews. He is someone who I think has kind of learned that he has to be a good teammate and everything. So that's actually quite nice. Here we have his stats up on the screen. I mean, this guy is just, ever since he's really broken out in the scene, it's taken a couple years for people to catch on to the fact that he's got some of the most incredible talent that we've ever seen in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I mean, isn't his father a general or something, or at least in the military? I feel like he should.
Oh yeah, from his Valve feature.
Yeah, I feel like he should be somewhat used to to being told what to do. I think that would have to be at least part of it here. Maybe that's what he was rebelling against early on, and now he's right.
Yeah, now he can get in line with it.
Dad had it right all along.
Dad had it right. The words you hate to as a son.
Yes, it happens to all of us, isn't it? Eventually. Yeah. We are waiting for the third round to get underway, but if you are going to have tech issues, as you sometimes do, Moses, at least you want them early in the game, right?
Tío, Jorge, ¿has visto el stream has visto esto que estaba simple en el stream? Y de repente se iba un momento y se ponía Zeus y se ponía a hacer cosas caras y cosas, ¿lo has visto?
How difficult it is to hold banana.
Te lo voy a pasar por WhatsApp, tío. Y Simple se descojonaba. Y se ponía, estaba en medio de partida y se ponía Hello Guy, no sé qué, decía unas cosas.
Yeah. Well, even if you go back as well, the cool thing about the North was it was like the first team that I saw bust out that highly aggressive, like nade-heavy style of defending banana that Virtus Pro did when Inferno first came out. Even they've gone away from it. I mean, it is kind of tough because it's a portion of the map that the terror side battles for quite frequently, and sometimes you're going to lose it and sometimes you're going to win it. Just so happened that when we were praising North, they just won it every time, which always makes things look good, doesn't it? But still, I think we are just getting one little money problem fixed, and Apex is getting his chair fixed. He's having a good time.
Oh, he's providing us with new memes.
Yeah, he is.
Apex está haciendo yoga.
Apex or Senpex. This is amazing. I can think of an incredibly wide range of Photoshops that could be coming out.
There can be some great ones.
You know that if someone can just Photoshop some lighting, different sort of tiers, guy out in the universe, and like lightning shooting out of his eyes. There's stuff to work on there.
Yeah, they're really. We'll tweak it. Someone out there will be there. Or you just take a screenshot and you go later on, put it on Photoshop battles.
Yeah. The problem for Apex is.
Oh, muy grande. He will, and I mean, I think Semler brought up a good point as well. The coach, Kane, that's with him as well, that came over from Gambit side of things, where they were kind of a package deal. Well, they were definitely a package deal in the sense that, Zeus just said if you guys are going to drop Kane, then I'm going to go with him. And I think that's going to be the important chemistry that we start to see in teams moving forward with this. With these coaches, is that they have to have a good interaction with the in-game leaders as well.
Alright, well, as we are sorting out the last of the tech issues, we're just going to go for a quick break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the third round. Stay with us.
Tío, justo cuando enfocan a alguien y acaba de hacer algo lo quitan. Un minuto y 25, venga, a ver si empieza ya. Pero han llegado a empezar. G2. ¿En qué mapa? Infierno, ¿qué dices? ¿En serio? Hostia, pues lo tiene perfecto G2. Es el mapa en que lo montó FK y el que últimamente está piqueando. Es el que estaba piqueando en el torneo este, no me acuerdo cómo se llama, me cago en la puta, no me olvido. La Dinkan Master, lo estaba piqueando en todo siempre, su mapa, Inferno. Pero no, estoy contra todos, o sea, tengo miedo. Que yo vean ahí, con Zeus y ya cómo jugar contra Zeus Inferno. Y lo voy a replicar. 15 seconds. Jorge dice todo el mundo, RIP, Ya no dice de verdad, ya no lo ponen, tío. Ponen backbanner. We want Wow, where is Metallica's music? La pasada en Motion to the no me acordaba.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here, just a quick break to sort of the last of the tech issues, and we should be good to go with the game any second now. Here, it's still G2 and NAVI. We're going into the third round. G2 doing all right for the moment. See if now we can do anything better once they get some rifles picked up.
Yes, well, that's also when you're going to see NAVI have the chance with Simple. That's when they're going to be able to get back into it, because this is going to be the next round of all USPs. But yeah, great start from G2. Obviously winning the pistol round, a little bit of a fake going all the way up mid, coming back towards the B bomb. So we've just seen them basically stay grouped, keep the bomb centralized on Kenny, and then just kind of pick out where to go from there, which is, you know, they said G2 isn't necessarily known as a tactical team, but definitely have some of the basics down pretty well.
Yes, they do. I think it's going to be an exciting game. I certainly look forward to it. I mean, these are two high-level teams, and a lot of firepower on either side. My real sort of hope for this G2 team is that they can start to relinquish shocks a bit more. Like, I'm glad that he's doing some of the leading. I just want shocks. More style from him.
You just want more shocks.
Yes, more shocks.
That, I feel like there's a lot of people who got into CSGO recently who don't really understand why we always go off on how good shocks was. There needs to be like a video made of just how good some of his early highlights from CSGO. But the guy is an absolute monster. But yes, now he's taken over the reins of in-game leading. And again, a very grouped-up team for the G2 side. 3 players taking over apartments, bodies over there in alt mid, and then Shocks just watching for aggression towards the B bomb site, where there's absolutely nobody.
Hopefully they will figure that out, because all of NAVI now at the A bomb site, it looks like they are. Shocks is growing suspicious of the fact that he has seen no grenades, no footsteps, no nothing. So they're gonna go and investigate the whole team. It's a little adventure.
Why not? Buddy system.
Yes.
Or a 4-man buddy system.
I mean, you sort of want to do this. Obviously, you don't necessarily want to stand exactly on top of each other, but you want to make sure that if anyone goes down, that's not going to be a rifle save for the other team. So there's some sense into this.
There is just the one danger, obviously, they're not going to run into it here, is that, you know, all 5 players are not near here. Maybe there's a nade stack of some kind, and you just get 3 players blown to hell where they just have no HP to kind of work with. But either way, going to avoid all of that stuff. No real investigation towards either one of the bomb sites. I mean, you can see everyone except C's has like 96 HP, but everyone else has got 100, so no one even really saw anything over at the A bomb site. They just cleared out Palace, back towards the B bomb site. That's going to be 3 quick rounds for G2. Question becomes, what do they do with this scout that's on Simple? Are they going to pass that over? Are they going to keep it into the next round?
Yeah, could be a bit of a risk to keep a scout like that. I mean, this is not the best map for long-range sniping, so you could easily end up losing your life. In fact, the scout has already gone away, so a great round for G2. That's 3 in a row for them. Now it's Navi's chance to reply, and we'll see what they come up with. I mean, what's really curious is obviously the buy and the potential for getting grenades, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's going to be the big thing that comes out for the CT side with some of the investments in the second round. But regardless, we're going to get that AWP on Simple right off the bat. Just doesn't care. No armor on that, just one smoke. And then here's where it comes into play, where you talk about that economy. There's no kits on the CT side. A couple of players are missing some of those flashbangs. So they're going to have to get, I think, passive relatively early. You can see Simple there trying to time a peek, and they're going to get heavily aggressive down the B bomb side, and they burn so much, but still, they catch Body off guard. They didn't expect him to run through the Molotov. There goes Flamey, and now Zeus and C's left.
They're just skirting around. They want to pick up that bomb, but now we've got to be careful they don't overcommit to holding the bomb, because how are you going to do that? Zeus is on 9 health. He's got Seized, who's rotated in, but there's the bomb picked up by MBK. I think after all of this, actually, G2 comes out ahead.
Yes, they're going to be very, very happy at the moment, and still, I mean, Navi's got a tough decision to make. Do you leave Zeus at the speed bomb site with only 9 HP? And the answer is almost insanely yes. He is alone in Banana with 9 HP. So we've got to be careful with that smoke. Don't let spam down through, but at the moment, this is the right read from Navi.
Maybe this is one of those hero go on without me kind of situations. Zeus is just surrendering for the team here. The rest over at the A-bomb side are going to have to do a really good job defending, because here comes the G2 push. Only 45 seconds. The grenades are already in, and they're making a lot of noise. Apex out on the balcony, and he's going to get a free jump down with a great flash, but then another one from a teammate almost gets taken down, and Simple with the AWP going to kick the kill on Apex. So that leaves NBK alone, and he's getting wrapped on already. Seized. Just wait for backup here. Seized is going to be going down, and that gives a slight chance here for NBK. He's trapped in the corner with just 6 health, and they're going to be coming for him. Zeus goes down, and next in line is Simple to take the shot, and NAVI win the round. That was incredibly chaotic, and I feel like Apex down in that pit. He got stolen, cheated out of a kill.
Yeah, that's tough that it took so long for him to get that, because he could have added on a second. That could have been a G2 round. Those flashbangs are just punishing. Simple really saving the day here, though. That kill was big, and then the one onto Apex to clear out pit. Regardless, you have to say, NVK made this so expensive. These last 2 kills, obviously, because Zeus was on 9 HP, taking all the weapons away from NAVI except for Simple's AWP.
So wait, that replay was really good, because not only did it show the flashbang that messed things up for Apex in the pit, but it also showed that the flashbang didn't flash Simple.
Yes.
So that's about as bad as it can get in terms of friendly grenades.
That's pretty close to just being, yeah, the absolute worst thing that can happen. Works out well, obviously, and you can see the purchase here for NAVI. Because they lost so many players, they're going to have 2 UMPs. Actually, you guys don't have that up on my screen. That's on my screen. We do have another tactical timeout, though. We're on that. Or technical timeout.
It's not bad. Get a little bit of chance to talk things over. G2, obviously not going to be too excited. But when you're on the terrorist side and you lose the round, that's not good, but it's down to a one-on-one.
Yes.
You know you've put so much pressure on the CT side.
Right, that's the big thing. And I mean, they had plenty of money for this buy, but regardless, this is where you see most of those teams kind of force a buyout, even if they're just a little too low for it, just because they know the economy of the defense is almost broken, and that's what you're going for, that economic reset. So again, NAVI, a lot of players over towards this B bomb site want to apply some pressure. Not quite as mad as last time, maybe because of the UMPs out on Zeus and Seized. But this time, Banana goes firmly in control of G2.
Yeah, a lot of good small details, including the grenades they throw over the building to flash anyone coming out of Banana on the other side. So definitely nice control on this side. 3-men stacked at B, 2 over on A. That seems like a big risk for NAVI.
It is, but at the moment they have Simple with that AWP. He's over towards Rap side, and you can see him watching for top mid. So he has kind of the intel of when anyone comes out of Boiler. It's a pretty risky and advanced position to make. And now at the point that this smoke, I think this is where we'll have to see some kind of a rotation out of NAVI, unless this is just a straight-up call to keep 3 here from Zeus. But with that denial of info, they have to be honest for it, and especially now, what a shot from NVK.
An easy decision to hold. Simple. Almost getting spammed down, but it seems like G2 are about to make a very big mistake. They're rotating back towards Banana. Body's been holding up there at top Banana for a long time, so he's already told them no one's been peeking out. Seized and Flamey, they could save this round. When they push in, Flamey's going to have all the attention on him. See how much Seized can do afterward. Here come the grenades. Shots charging in with the flashbangs are so good. The first point of contact is actually Flamey. He only gets the 1, and that leaves Simple. Time to save that AWP. A great shot on Kenny, but it's too much. Simple. You don't have the help for it.
Yeah, you can't even save it now at this point anyways. NVK is going to start coming in behind slowly, just waiting for his chance, wanting to take this AWP out. But as you said, he's so far committed. Now there's no smoke in that choke point. And NAVI even had the right read. They had 3 players over at the B bomb, so they had everything they could have asked for at that moment, and it still all goes wrong. There's a great shot. Very swift on Apex, but this is where he falls. No chance. There's the lurk coming out of NVK. It's going to be a 4th for G2, and this is the nightmare for a CT team on Inferno, the economic reset. This is where you see those T-Habs build up so much, is when there's just no money.
I don't know if we have the chance, but that would be one of the times where the eye tracking thing would be very cool for the shot that NVK gets early on.
With it all to do. 2 for 1 is so damn good. Dupree as well denies the play up shot.
Teniendo el pixel mata a Device.
Twist. But I think surely this might be a little bit too far for this
luego pilla la UP Glaive y también tiene el pixel. Coge y mete un quick y no es lo que mierda. Y se queda 1 para 2. Coge la bomba. 20 segundos.
You've done something incredible. Was it a one-off, or is there more to this than we think? It's time to back away, I'm pretty sure. 15 seconds, I don't think you can get up to A on this.
Mira.
Get a plant.
Es que siempre parece que no, pero te da tiempo. Y otro persiguiéndolo ahí con cabrón. Y mira.
Oh, okay, Twist, that was 1 second away. They are right on your damn heels, though. My word. Oh, he's done it! One more! Oh, Twist! What is that?
O sea, qué puto bestia. Espera.
Two's trying to step it up. Maybe in some of the upcoming rounds. Kill on Kenny without taking almost any damage in return. There's Edward getting a kill on Apex. 2 NBK trying to get close to the Haycart, but he's going to get caught flanked by Seas. And This is falling apart for G2. 2 versus 3. Sush coming with a strong kill, and that leaves Body now 1 on 3. Bomb is behind him, and he's completely stuck. He knows it. 40 seconds. Shot to the face once. He's going to get the kill on Edward. How can he get back here? 30 health on him. Already challenging down to 13. It seems like he's almost lost. Flamey has picked up the AWP, and Body just has to try and make this work. Great team flash coming in. That was a horrendous round for G2.
Yeah, that is not good, because they opened that round looking so solid. It was slow pace. You could tell they weren't going to get caught off guard by anything, and it just starts one by Kenny just trying to go up banana on his own. He gets cut off by a smoke that's just thrown out by Flamey, I believe. That isolates him, and going towards the A bomb site, you could see NBK doing his best to trade a kill into the bomb site, trade a teammate's death, and it just the way the timing worked. You didn't see C's crawling along that graveyard wall, so they just got too spread out.
You ever notice how those rounds always happen after we've just been praising them for doing a good job?
No, it's tough, isn't it? They don't call it a caster curse for nothing.
No,
I never believed in it when I was a player. Now I'm starting to really invest in the idea.
Kenny wants to challenge Simple. Hard to think of a more exciting or battle maybe than these two fighting off on an Inferno too. They're both what Sponge would call combat AWPers, right? They're very good at the close range, so could be fairly explosive here. You see Kenny so worried about Simple, he has to sort of pre-fire that corner almost with the AWP.
He does that pretty much against everyone, just because, I mean, if you obviously turn that corner and you wait to acknowledge that someone's there and then pull the trigger, you just lose that battle at this level against the other AWPers. So this time, if he knows the angles well enough and he can pre-fire them, that's how you get beaten off. We've seen him do it a number of times, so fair play here. Doubled up on the Rap side, defense is Simple and seized. Simple's isolated. G2 still hasn't made their move. Here comes the flashbang, blind Simple again. Waiting for anyone to overextend on the defensive side, and it's not happening. Meanwhile, a double hit as well from Zeus and Edward.
Buah, ya ves. Con el montaporte también. No,
hombre. Takes down Edward. Now they can maybe finally go there. NBK picking off Simple as well. Great entrance into the side, and he almost gets the second one and third one there. Apex to steal the kill. I have no idea how NBK is still alive. Flamey has to make a run for it. That's not every day you get to see that kind of entry alone out of the apartments.
No, I don't know why Edward was pushing up. They have the double pit setup. That's like one of the strongest defensive setups you can have if you're allowed that. You have two teammates on Rap side as well, so you have no real weakness in that defense until he pushes up and loses that position. Then, you know, Simple has to rotate over, and he's caught out in the open. And then Zeus has two places he has to watch and has to get lucky with timing. So I think that's a mistake out of the Edward side of things. Really haven't been pressured a whole lot considering where G2 was on the map, the kind of control they had. So great response from the T side.
It's right after this flashbang, the smoke comes out. So Edward probably just sees the smoke line up. Maybe they're going to be throwing grenades now. Like maybe they have flashbangs in their hands. He probably thinks there's more than one.
Right.
Maybe I can go for it, but big risk.
Certainly backfires, right? But you can see the result once he falls. It's just a complete collapse of that defense. So tough, but 5-2, and now again a really awkward economic situation for Navi. Simple's got to farm us with their nades, otherwise it's all pistol on.
They have 2 rounds, but considering one of these was with the pistols, where they just sort of, you know, made that round work against G2, and the rest of it has not looked that impressive. Definitely starting to get a bit worried here. Controlling top bananas, going to go for a bit of a fight. Flamey to follow it up. C-Set 75 back in action. He does get a double kill for it. That's very good. Now G2 really have to think this through. They've got a lot of time. They're in a 3-on-3. What's the best call right now?
Exactly what they're doing. Just pause. You have Kenny. He's going to set up and watch for anyone to get aggressive towards mid. Now he's also got to be mindful of behind him if someone is being really adventurous on the Navi side. But at this point, you know, that's information coming. They have one player over towards the B bomb site. You don't know where the other ones are, but every little bit you can have. Regardless, this may feel like, you know, good for Navi. They've already got 2 kills. This can start being a success. But since they're fully invested right after losing a round, this is almost a round that they have to win. This is going to be a double save after this. They can't pull it off. So a lot rides on the line here.
Definitely not easy. Drops into the middle. Smoke is behind him, and so is Edward. Oh, the deep comes out just in time. He take down Shocks and steal the M4. This is big news and seized. Short peek and then the smoke behind him.
You wanted to know what you don't do, and you definitely don't send players alone in this situation. There's good flashbang, and as you said, that smoke make things so difficult. Apex always a bro, being the entry fragger, just jumping right through. Kenny's in a 1-on-2 though, and he's got to find the bomb.
It's only 8 seconds here, and Edward playing it very well. That's a great double kill for him. He's going to be winning the round here. So as you said, they invested everything into it. And this was the payoff. It was a bit too close to the edge, you might say.
I'm confused by the idea of G2. They played that so well. Why are you sending shocks on your own? Like, the plan, surely in a 3-on-3 in that situation isn't just walk through a smoke or
Shock sending himself with the smoke. Yeah, it's hard to explain that, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Either way, I mean, you can see...
Well, I mean, I think it's especially hard to explain it when they weren't even ready to go in B, right? Like, they couldn't even capitalize on that info.
No, and it so ended up, I mean, you're right, C's played that so perfectly as well, just the shoulder peek, and as soon as he finds it, he just smokes off that choke point. That was great, because they had to go at that point since all of G2 knew exactly where they were. Or all of NAVI knew exactly where G2 were.
Well then. Small mistakes coming out here for G2 could cost them a lot in the end. We've got plenty of time, but the French are already ready to go on the A bomb site. They're going to try and wrap it from both sides, and disturbingly now they're stuck on the bomb site, which is usually a big problem. Simple looking for the shot, that's a great flick. That actually drops the bomb. Oh my god, that's not a good idea. And now they're falling back. They're 3 men stacked almost on top of each other here. I'm not liking this setup here for NAVI. They are trapped in the corner. Simple fighting his way out with that AWP, and he's the only one left on the site. He's very low on health, but Apex and Shocks, they get out of this situation. Apex is stuck in the pit, and they're waiting to try and see if they can capitalize on this. 40 seconds on the clock, and Apex just doesn't want to get this one up. They're going to lose his teammate. Shocks goes down. That's a 3rd kill for Simple. Looking for one more shot for the quad. Apex is trapped.
What a round from Simple, trapped into the bomb site. What wins it is that shot onto Kenny, because Kenny's the trump card of the whole thing. He's managed to get his way over towards Graveyard. He's got an angle on the entire, I mean, essentially at that point, it's a flank, because everyone from NAVI is trapped inside of that A bomb site. Sprays down one, and he has Simple so low. If Simple doesn't hit that shot, he's dead, and there's the round. So this one right here, you can see Kenny's going to tag him down. Just, if that shot misses, he's dead in the next round.
An absolutely incredible round, especially based off a position that we don't normally like to see from the CT side, where everyone gets stuck on the bomb site.
You actually hate that position. That is the worst possible position for 3 players to be in.
Gives up on that mid position just as Kenny comes charging out of 2nd mid. Always good. Don't want to stick around too long for that one. So NAVI somehow back in action here in the first half.
And remember, this was the aggression they wanted to have on the 4th round. This is where we saw, I think it was, what, Flamey and Zeus, who basically ran through Molotovs down to about 30, 40 HP just to establish banana control. So they're back to exactly what they want. It's a well-timed nade as well. You can see it right on his Shocks. He knows as soon as that Molotov disperses, someone's going to try and make a move. Phenomenal chip damage and nade timing.
G2 not too confident in buying up in a round like this. NAVI did it a couple of times, and at least one of them had worked out. G2 is sort of, a couple of pistols picked up, but not really that much.
I think at this point, though, you like to see that out of the French team. So we've been criticizing them for years for the amount of force buying. So now you're just like, cool, good. Step up and get a stronger buy with the rifles.
Good job, and might have got confirmation they don't have any body armor, so he's quite confident with the pistol too. CT spawn where they're going to run into C's, then good spray transfer.
Eso de cambiar de un personaje
ahí, o sea, la verdad,
si es lo que he hecho.
Flamey's got him bottled in, and that's some easy cleanup. So Simple's starting to come alive with this AWP. You have to say, credit to NAVI, because at 5-5, this half could be so much worse for them with some of those 2 force buy rounds they've won. I mean, G2 could have a massive scoreline. They could be up,
estaba feo bebiendo correcto, no botita de agua así, tío.
But credit to NAVI for digging deep right there and just kind of saying no more here and responding with some of those rounds.
I don't know if you noticed that, but that's a comically small bottle of water there.
Da rabia cuando tienes una fecha.
Da rabia cuando simplemente nada más empezar te saca 400 y pico de vida.
Yeah, it was absolutely tiny. Maybe we'll get a replay one day.
A replay of the water bottle.
I feel like he could just crush it as he was drinking it. And Just disappear right then. Scoreline is 10-10. And
No.
Yes.
He sido campeón de España 4 veces.
En mi tiempo, mozo, gané a
I think I might have said that. I meant 5-5.
Okay.
Math is not my strong suit, but I can still read the numbers.
I was trying to look at everyone's, actual individual score and see if there was.
If I was trying to get away
that
with
could have made sense.
None of it made sense.
No.
Well.
No me escuchas solo la
help me out,
lavando el patio,
appreciate
tío.
it.
Qué vídeo.
Didn't mean to throw it across. Missed shot from Simple towards alt mid. I mean, that's displaying some of the.
Qué recuerdos, tío. Yo he ido a ver algunos episodios.
They can take and why it's so
Yo he
dangerous
ido a ver
for
algunos,
teams
tío.
slowly.
Yo solo me acuerdo
control, and obviously someone like Simple.
El que más recordaba era el gordo ese.
Simple, look at how mobile he is. Now they've got him cornered close range here, and he's going to go down body to drop him. NBK with another kill, making it double for himself. And seized and flaming out, 2 versus 3. Going to go for a bit of a retake. They don't want to give it up just yet. They're pretty close to the bomb site, so one good kill here, and it could be working out. Looks like Kenny has got seized, pinned down through the smoke. If he comes out of that little corner, it might not work out. Molotov is good initially. Kenny being forced to the pit around the bomb site. Flamey goes down. 3rd kill for NBK and seized. He couldn't even participate in that retake.
No, he really couldn't. He locked out, and then obviously his teammate goes down, and there's no chance for him to get back into it. So now I think his idea is try and maybe get a gun out of their hands. But regardless, G2 again just manipulating this A defense, just running all over him. That has not looked that strong. Outside of the heroics from Simple, really there hasn't been too much to write home about for this A bombsite defense for NAVI. I think the tough part is a lot of times we've seen Simple with that all get caught into the bombsite. That's the second round. You talk about how mobile he is, but there's nowhere to go from there. And if you're an AWPer inside that bombsite, you're really relying on your pit player or the other player inside the bombsite, whoever he might be, one of the other 2 rifles that are with you, to give you space, to keep those rifles away from getting close to you, and they're just not having any success with that.
It's strange because as soon as Simple shows up, they essentially have 3 players covering the quad side, and they still couldn't hold the defense, so maybe not a good sign after all.
No, al 12.
6-5. Simple's ready, but he doesn't actually get the shot. Trying to take one more through the wall, and he's almost getting run down. Flamey falling back, they're all stacked on top of each other. And NAVI, just a group of 3 behind this. Oh my god! Simple taking one more kill, and Flamey with the spray nearly clearing out the round then. Shocked, only his head showing back. See what he can do. He's got
no, pero sí se la ha hecho, se ha hecho 3 kills
put the
quedando a la banda NAVI.
Como,
a no ser que se saca el 1 para 2,
que la verdad es que no lo descartaría yo.
No, porque es Shox y porque es NAVI.
Put NAVI back on no rifles at all, maybe win the whole first half
le
here.
han hecho una multi y se ha ido. ¿Y dónde está el otro, tío?
Now on
está
45 health. Edward coming in from the other side. There's a
No,
good headshot. Oh my god, Shoxy
Qué bueno ese hijo de
taking down
puta,
4
tío.
players. Last one in a 1-on-2 for a huge win for the French side here.
Pero mira lo que se ha hecho Simple, Jorge. Es que no puedes perder una ronda en cuanto esto. Matas al primero, Jorge. Y que te calles, mira. Coge su posición por arriba y mira el triple mete.
NAVI players, a lot of miscommunication coming out.
Y luego,
Brilliant
es que
flick,
no
Simple
puedes
gets
creer.
2, which is
Puto, es
insane.
que bueno es,
But
tío.
that
¿Cómo es que
performance
es
from
jugador?
Shoxy, one of the
Y
greatest
de NAVI
coaches
no.
we've had.
Cuando te meten dos
There's
moscas
a lot of
y no
reasons
puedes
why
hacer
we
nada.
always talk him up.
¿Qué puedes
Right
hacer?
there, 2 beautiful headshots. You can see the
Pero
stress
no
on
puedes porque
Simple.
con acá te mata delante.
Definitely should
Y
have
llevando
won
un
that one,
MP, Jorge,
especially
esa
the shots
distancia.
that stinked up to the
Mover la
wall.
mira,
I think
volver a
you did that with
Jorge,
anyone off
que
there.
no ha entrado otra vez.
Yeah, this is hard to explain because he should not have been in that round, but also NAVI should never have been in a position to win it. Standing 3 players like that,
Cuando un jugador hace eso, todas las estrategias se rompen.
And it probably is. Again, it comes down to the incredible shots that Simple hit. That flick towards the end as well.
Y yo de reconocer que Bolirex
This
ahora
is
mismo
why
está en
Simple is
rabia.
such an important player because he's always going to give you a chance in these situations. He's bailed him out a couple of times. Can't do it there, obviously, due to some brilliance of the G2 star.
Y lo voy a pasar a todos.
Shoxy Jesus.
Shoxy Jesus, right? It's been a while since we've seen that name, hasn't it?
It has been.
Some players are very religious with that, or superstitious, I suppose, where they'll rename themselves in the middle of the tournament if they feel like they're not doing well enough.
Yes.
Forest is one of them.
Is no good.
3 minutos.
Classic.
Vaya guay, Simple, tío. ¿Has subido eso? ¿Qué?
Gaining momentum from the bullet to the back
Es la
10.
misma que la tuya, pedazo.
Now wrapping around the bomb site. Not a good day for NAVI here as Edward goes down. Shocked with a great double opening. And a complete clear of the bomb site here. Listen, we're saying it's a good thing that they have Simple, who can, you know, give them a chance in every round. But if you look at it from the other side, it also feels like if it wasn't for Simple, they would get essentially steamrolled in this game. Is that what you're saying, Moses?
No, because a lot of the other rounds they won, those 2 force buys, I mean, that's not just Simple. There were some good plays from Flamey in there. I think if it wasn't for the 2 force buy rounds they win, some of the mistakes out of G2, they'd be getting steamrolled in this. But certainly, Simple just helps you get that chance.
Alright, I'll buy that. I'm starting to worry because
I'm starting to worry as well.
I wonder what happens if Simple is the first player of one of these rounds. What if he just walks into a bullet and then the rest of Navi don't know what to do? He doesn't have the AWP this round. More trouble.
Oh my god.
Yes, I mean that's been a big piece of the puzzle. Maybe that's why we're seeing Zeus cheat back earlier, because Simple hasn't used that purge to be aggressive. Kenny's got his, but I mean we haven't really had to say Kenny's name a whole lot. It's been most of the rifles doing the entry work. So dangerous times here for the Navi side.
Sí. Pero, ¿sabes? Lo que odio es que ahora mismo, con 30 euros, podría haber hecho lo mismo o más, porque en ese momento no había ni desafíos, ni ofertas, no había nada. O sea...
Eres quemeado, pero encima tarde.
No, this is a lot.
No, a ver, que tarde no, en ese momento lo mejor que había. Ahora mismo, con 30 euros hacía lo mismo que o más.
There is a gap on that smoke. I think Apex is watching it. There's the shots and he misses his chance. Apex takes him down. Good response from G2. Are they ready now for C's? He's got an off angle, but Apex can spot him out before he can see. So mistake there from C's, and now the B bomb site. Flamey is feeling so lonely, and meanwhile NBK is lurking at the A bomb site.
How do you get out of this one if you're Flamey? I almost wish that he would go and fight them first instead of waiting on the bomb site, because I feel like he's going to get completely wrapped if he does. 20 seconds here. Does get the 1 kill. Nice smoke off here. Now all they need is the bomb plant here to extend the timer a little bit and not have to fall to Flamey. He's at least made it a 4-on-3, but Seal seems like the round is going to be really tough to win. Simple and Edward are on the other side, so not really gunning for it. And if they lose these rifles, they're not going to have anything in the next round. NBK still lurking around, spots out 1 player, and
NBK
goes down to Edward, so...
That was the big thing. Simple and Edward never budged. They didn't even move a muscle. As soon as C's went down in CT spawn, they just which, I mean, as you said, they're making the economic decision for the last round of the half.
No, qué faltita, tío. Qué faltita, tío.
Right, that round is probably over. Great job by G2. Great entries by Apex. The opening 2 kills. Not even allowing Navi to recover into the round.
No. Es una cosa que hace tiempo. Que ahora que en realidad no pasa nada porque tú no te metes nunca gamer igual, ¿no? Pero que una vez no sé por qué me enfadé contigo y tenías en gamer igual como los 20.000 y ahora mira que tú ya sabes esto que apostando una vez o sin apostar esto debería ser
still, it feels like there's a little lackluster out of Navi in the sense that it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of aggression. You'd like to see a little bit more of them trying to dictate the pace or trying to, put G2 on the back foot at some point. And the only time we've really seen that is on the 4th round, and since then it's been all G2. There's some good nade damage. I think here we're going to see a pop flash, and how wide is Flamey going to peek? Because he's under a lot of pressure. He's got to push forward, but it's body winning the fight. He should. Oh my god, he's found a gap in the flames, and no he hasn't. He's burned alive.
Just a minute.
Won the first game and got an
it's not always clear with those Molotovs exactly how they spread, because it's not just a complete circle, right? It's a bit of a cone, and the direction of the cone is dependent on the original, I think, direction that you threw it in. So
I never had any respect for him, but this is so
disrespect. Edward and Simple, and this time Simple again without the AWP, holding over the library. Edward's going to have to do big things here in the pit.
Especially because Simple's not watching anything. Edward's got to be wary of both the lane and also the balcony, and Apex is going to come out there at any moment. Kenny with the AWP.
¿Sabes leer? O sea, ¿sabes leer? En caso de que lo borre.
He's vulnerable from every position. Flashbang is in. Edward gets a kill seized as well. And somehow it works out in the end for Navi. 9-6 in the first half. I mean, this is interesting.
Well, you've got to be really disheartened if you're Navi, because you could have been absolutely battered, and you probably were battered in that first half if it wasn't for those 2 force buys you win. That last round works out because Edward throws a great flashbang from pit for the wrap side. That's what allows him to clear that position out and refocus their attentions. Regardless, great half for G2. It could have been a much more dominant half in terms of the scoreline.
Yes, it could have been, and ultimately, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this could have been even better for G2, and in some ways it could have been even worse. Like, they made some silly mistakes that they didn't need to. But certainly there were a number of rounds here towards the end where they at least successfully made sure Simple didn't have the economy to buy the AWP. That's always good news.
Right, that's the first key. The first step to beating this NAVI team is keep the op out of Simple's hands as much as possible. And the funny thing is, even though there's been a roster change from Simple to take over the op from Guardian, I mean, the game plan doesn't change if you're facing NAVI. It's still try and keep the op out of their hands, because obviously Guardian very prolific in that as well.
Yes, indeed. G2 and NAVI here. All right.
Yeah, they've been busy out there, haven't they? Nice 1-on-2.
Shox just doing a good job. He was doing a good job. I think that's it's always nice to see that. 12 kills on him at the moment, almost top ranking, just slightly outdone by NBK